right, guys, as you see in the video right here, it got windy. And this actually wasn't planned. We were supposed to do reviews on this day for a few bats, but what we didn't do, and we've done this for as long as I've been hitting BP, 1981. Whenever I was hitting, we'd always hit on big baseball fields all the time. Whenever we would hit, we would never try to hit on anything at about 300 foot, always on baseball fields, and preferably the wind blowing in. Now, let me tell you what this does. This trains you, because if you have an uppercut swing, what happens is the ball tends to come up and it comes back on you. When you drive the ball down into the wind and you have that downward, and this is how we learned how to cut too back in the day, was whenever you're up there at the plate and wind's blowing in, and I bet it was blowing 20 miles an hour this day. We showed up at the ballpark and a cold front moved in. I think it got down to like 62 this morning, and we did not want to pack up everything and just leave because we had these bats to review. So what we turned it into was, let's go ahead and break these bats in. You know, we're not going to see what kind of performance it is, and just train, 5-6 hole up the middle, hitting our, it's basically training for us. So we turned it into one of those, let's see if we can cut the wind. Let's see if we can hit that ball that hit down and it just cuts into the wind. Because if you hit anything up, and this actually, we used to do this years ago, and this actually trains our body to cut it. Trains our body to hit that ball down into the teeth of the wind. And again, guys, I talked about this before in videos, that muscle memory. You got to have that muscle memory where you've done this before. That way, later on, when you've learned how to do this, you don't walk up to a field and go, well, we got the wind blowing in. Because guys, if you could hit them far on a baseball field into the teeth of the wind, 300 foot ain't shit to you anymore. So a lot of times when we would walk up to a baseball field and the wind was blowing in, we didn't care. Really didn't bother us because we had trained for that. So we had this opportunity on this day, and you're only going to see a few swings, but we had this opportunity on this day where we can go back to training and get our swing tuned in to hitting against the wind. And that's basically what we did today. We kind of threw the reviews out the window, and all the guys, it just wasn't me, it was like 4 guys that were there. And we started just hitting boom and trying to see if we can hit the ball out or get as close as we could to the fence. Nobody hit a home run, but it was fun because we'd hit it. You could see a lot of our swings. We're driving that front shoulder down and trying to hit that ball and cut it and attack it in a downward angle. I'm not talking about down. I'm talking about like in a downward slant. You can see in our swings, my swing on this one, that where I'm trying to attack the ball and hit it where I hit it down into the teeth. It's kind of like a golf shot, kind of like that golf shot. That when you hit, if you guys play golf, you know what I'm talking about. You hit that ball that you hit it, and it's starting to do that backward spin, that Magnus effect, and it just starts cutting through that wind, and it never gets high. It just cuts it. That's basically what we're trying to do. Knock a shortstop down, knock a third baseman down, not literally, but you guys know what I'm talking about. That's a slang word that they talk about when we were growing up. So that's what we try to do when the wind's blowing in. Thanks, guys. The size matter.
That clip was just trying to take it.
And I go, yes, size does matter, guys. Sorry to break your heart. Damn, Trace, fucking, he's a machine.
this one too to the bottom.
Yeah. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I got a couple more here that I want you to take a look at. And if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button right down here below. And I also have a membership channel. It's that little join button that you have right down here. Click on it, and it actually has a small video in there that explains everything in the membership. Plus, it actually helps support what we do. Thanks, guys.